Hello guys, it's teacher Yolanda here. Welcome to our session 36. Are you ready? Well, for this session we're going to need our students book, workbook, our PDF file, a weekend, the art notebook, and also our English notebook. Aren't you intrigued? What do we need a weekend for? Well, stay tuned and find out. And this is the reason why we're going to need a weekend. Let's open our students book at page 116. We're doing an exposition next Monday about a poster presentation. Listen to Luke's presentation and find the mistakes in the bullet points on his poster. What are the bullet points? These. When you don't write a complete text, well, you only write some parts of it. Those are bullet points. It's not the complete text. So, this one is on the Tyrannosaurus Rex. But it's got mistakes, so like a teacher, please cross out the mistakes and correct them, okay? And also pay attention because your exposition will be something similar to Luke's presentation. So, if I were you, I would pay lots of attention, yes? And please don't panic. That's going to be for next Monday. That's why we're going to have a full weekend. Ready?
Book, page 116. 1. Listen to Luke's presentation and find the mistakes in the bullet points on his poster.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex lived 85 to 65 million years ago. We don't know what colour it was because scientists can't be sure. It was about 13 metres long. That's longer than 2 large cars in a line. And 5 metres high. The Tyrannosaurus Rex could run quite fast, but scientists don't think that it ran more than 30 kilometres per hour. That's not bad when you think that it weighed 7,000 kilos. It was a meat-eating dinosaur, so that means that it ate other dinosaurs. Most Tyrannosaurus Rex fossils are found in the United States.
Did you find the mistakes? I hope you did and you have corrected them. So, on next Monday you're going to make a poster of any dinosaur. Please don't make it about the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I know everybody loves these dinosaurs, but trust me, there are thousands of dinosaurs which are really exciting. So, let's read now tips for presenters. As you prepare, think about the presentations that you have done and seen in your class this year. Which ones work well? Why? Think how you can use these ideas to improve your presentation. Find out about it. Work in pairs, you're working individually, and choose a dinosaur and find out where people found most fossils of it, when it lived, what it ate, how big it was, how heavy it was, how fast it could move, what color it was, if scientists know. Prepare it. Write the text of your own presentation first, then find the main pieces of information to make bullet points for your poster. Show the text and the bullet points to your teacher to help you. Decide who's going to say what. You are going to say everything. And draw a large picture of the dinosaur or print out a large one if you can find it. There's no need. Draw it in your art notebook and you're going to show it in the webcam for everyone to see. Then present it. When you present your poster, one of you can point to the bullet points while the other is talking to the class. Please don't read everything. It's a speaking evaluation, not a reading evaluation. As usual, please memorize it. Yes, you can have these bullets to help you remember maybe the numbers or stuff like that, but Please, I want you looking at the camera, not looking at the poster and reading everything, okay? That will be next Monday. Please don't do it on the Tyrannosaurus Rex because that is the example. Choose any other dinosaur. Yes, look up dinosaurs on internet and maybe check the Wikipedia article. And memorize it so next Monday we can have this presentation. Now let's go to page 127 of our student's book. And that is actually the last page of the student's book, but not the last one that we're going to answer. Don't get too excited. We still have an extra class tomorrow. 9. The Jurassic Age. What did we see? Well, we saw second conditional even before we started the unit. Remember, a second conditional is a combination of past and word. Let's read the examples. If I met Professor Potts, I'd ask him about the homework machine. So, what is second conditional for? It's for unreal situations. If I were, teacher, that's a mistake. No, it's not a mistake. Remember, when we talk about unreal situations, the verb to be in past is going to be were for everybody, as long as it is unreal situations. If I were a dinosaur, I'd be a T-Rex. If I went into the future, I'd take my friends. If I saw a dinosaur, I hide very quickly. If I had a lot of money, I'd buy a castle. Remember, I'd is a contraction of I would. It says complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs from the box. Again, you need past and would. So let's analyze it. You have would. So basically, what do you have to do here? Write all the verbs in past, okay? So, please do it and we will check later on in our class. The last exercise is the same, second conditional, but now questions. When we ask about these questions, we always have no idea about the unreal situation result. So we start asking about would. What would you do if you met an Egyptian mummy? I'd run away. What would you do if you saw a polar bear? I'd hope that it couldn't see me. What would you do if you had wings? I'd fly to school. What would you do if you were a famous singer? I'd give a concert in a big stadium. So you have to read the questions and match them with the most logical answers. Let's read them. What would you do if you had a boat? What would you do if you met a monster? What would you do if you saw a mermaid? What would you do if you were in Antarctica? What would you do if you had a rocket? Possible answers are: I'd swim with her. I'd fly to Neptune. I'd try to scare it. I'd sail down the Amazon. I'd look for penguins. Choose the most logical one. Now, we're going to still use second conditional in affirmative and questions in the workbook. At page 116 in the workbook, we have to make 3 sentences with the phrases in the diamond. And we're going to use 3 different phrases in each sentence. So we need 3 parts of the diamond. I'm going to use colors. The first one is the example. What would you do? Well, thank you for helping me with that one. Now it says you do. So we have if I had, if you met, if my sister had, but it says you do. So I think it's if you met, okay? If you met a dog for a walk, use mine all the time. A camera, your favorite pop star, okay. Well, this one was pretty obvious, right? What would you do if you met your favorite pop star? Next one. Now it looks like we don't have any more questions, so maybe we should start with the condition. Let's say if I had. If my sister, a dog, for a walk, a camera. Okay, maybe it could be the dog or the camera, but the dog says, I take it. The one of the camera says, she wouldn't. And the sentence is, if I had. So it cannot be the other one because the other one says she. So if I had a dog, I take it for a walk every day. And the last one is a piece of cake. If my sister had a camera, she wouldn't use mine all the time. Yay, so we got it. Make sure you write the sentences. The first one is a question, so please write a question mark at the end of that one, will you? Now, let's match again with colors. It says, draw lines and complete the sentences with the words from the box. Yep, let's do it. The first one says, if I had a lot of money, I'd buy an amazing new computer. Well, sounds great. Let's start doing colors. Not with that tool. Sorry. Yep, this one. Yellow thing, green thing, blue sentence, a red sentence, and a purple one. Yes, that's great. Now let's get into it. If I had a telescope, where would, if what would? Okay, nothing makes sense right now. A time machine, you, a lot of money, an actor, you fly, I looked at them, a film about dinosaurs. To the year 2166, stars every night, a plane, you saw a dinosaur, okay. Quite difficult, isn't it? Well, let's try to do it. Okay, now we have here one that more or less sounds logical. It says fly, and I think it's a plane, right? Because, so what do you think is the correct question for that one? Okay, I think it would be, where would you fly a plane? So I guess it's, where would you fly if you had a plane? Yep, the first one. Now, if I had what? Lot of money? No. If I had an actor? No, so it has to be a time machine, definitely. If I had a time machine, now let's think about something about time. Well, to the year 2166, but what would complete this sentence? If I had a time machine, do if I'd go, if I were, I guess it's I go. If I had a time machine, I'd go to the year 2166. Yep, that's it. Had a telescope. So let's see, do if have. If I had, I were had. That's obvious. If I had a telescope, what do you do with telescopes? Well, you look at the stars every night. And now let's do the red one. If, I don't know what, you, an actor, I like to be, well, I guess it is, if I were an actor, I like to be in a film about dinosaurs. And that's obvious. This one has to be the purple one. What would you do if you saw a dinosaur? Yep, we've finished. Please make sure you have the correct answers. This one has to be with your own ideas, but all of these sentences need to be with second conditional, either in affirmative or interrogative form. Remember, you need simple past with the conditional part and would with the unreal consequence. Do this and we will check all of your ideas in the platform. Well, sorry, not in the platform, in the class later. Sorry, in Zoom. Next page, it says find and write the words. you're going to use these words in these sentences, so maybe the sentences will give you a hint or a clue about what these words may be. Let me tell you, these words are of the unit words. Also, they are about the fossils text, and some of them are also about the text that we saw about the pond environment. So read this text again and try to find the correct words and complete the sentences. Do it, pause the video, and we will check it in a few moments. These are our answers. We sat down and had a picnic near a lovely stream where there were lots of fish. We left the campsite shortly after sunrise. Don't go near that swamp because there are crocodiles in it. You can see a fossil of an ammonite in this stone. The river flows down the mountain and into the valley below. That beautiful insect flying over the pond is a dragonfly. Oh, by the way, curious thing, I was watching some of my favorite YouTubers the other day, and they are British, of course, and I heard that they pronounce this word below, not below. Well, that's crazy, right? So I guess the correct pronunciation of this thing might be below or below. I learned something, so please watch YouTubers in English at least. Now, 3. Look at the pictures and write the story. Use the ideas to help you write about each picture. Guys, you must include these phrases. So, let's read them. It's ready, Seth. They got into the machine and when they landed, they saw the angry dinosaurs. Let's look at the picture. Okay. You can invent the names of the kids. And, well, obviously it's inspired by the Time Travelers. You're going to write your story here in this space they gave you for the text. Please make sure that you write a decent amount of text, enough to fill this space. It's not so big, okay? Make an effort and have it before we check it in our class because you're going to read it. Last but not least, remember we've got some extra exercises in the PDF file for practicing with second conditional further. Have them answered before we start our class and see you in a moment. Bye!